you, CEO. Madam Kala Mukavi, FAO representative in Kenya. The governor's representative, Governor Lee, the CEO of Livestock. The Africa Apimodia President, Mr. David, and welcome to Kenya. Director AU IBA, the APK Chair and the whole fraternity, the county government of Nakuru and the national government staff represented here, distinguished guests, exhibitors, good afternoon. Good afternoon once again. First and foremost, let me take this opportunity before I give my official remarks to most sincerely thank the organizers of this particular event, and also make my apologies for not being able to join you in the morning. I had other pressing official activities that I had to take care of, but nevertheless, I'm here though a bit late, and I couldn't miss this for the world because of the importance that the day carries to all of us and to our existence. Let me also applaud the critical comments and speeches made by those who have spoken before me, and to most critically say that you've noted some of the concerns that government can be able to enhance further, and also to make addresses on so that we can be able to further this particular sector. I note the issue particularly about the youth that was mentioned, and as I do my official remarks, I'll mention areas how we are supporting the youth in the engagement of this particular sector. But even as we focus on the youth, the women, and also the gentlemen in this critical sector, I see no better ambassadors than children in this journey of preserving the bees and also getting them to understand, because they will be most affected by our interventions or our activities today. So let us be deliberate even as we carry on the higher age group, also not to forget the children, even as we put in larger emphasis on youth and women and the other age set. So with your, allow me to make my official remarks. I'm delighted to join you this afternoon on this occasion of the 2022 World Bee Day celebrations. Let me take this opportunity to most sincerely thank you all for sparing time from your busy schedules to join us in celebrating the contribution of bees to the national, the regional, and global economies, and indeed to the very survival of mankind. Ladies and gentlemen, the importance of bees to the general welfare of mankind need not to be overemphasized. From the early times, man has always had a special relationship with the bees. Indeed, the link between bees and the existence of the human race is well captured by the 17th century scientist Albert Einstein. We've heard that quote from the speaker who spoke before me, and I quote again, that if the bee disappeared off the face of the globe, then man would only have 4 years of life left. No more bees, no more pollination, no more plants, no more animals, no more man. And I end the quote. Ladies and gentlemen, this event has attracted participants from beyond our borders, which is a clear testimony of the importance of this day. To our foreign participants, I take this opportunity to most sincerely welcome you to our country, Kenya. I am happy to know that this year's event, whose theme is Bee Engaged, celebrating diversity of bees and beekeeping systems, has been organized and facilitated largely by the private sector through the Apiculture Platform of Kenya, in partnership with support from the Ministry of Agriculture, the County Government of Nakuru, the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization, and the Kenya Commercial Bank Foundation. This is a good indication of a good working relationship between the two levels of government, our development partners, and also the private sector. Ladies and gentlemen, those in attendance here today are drawn across the country and parts of the and are part of the major stakeholders in the apiculture industry in Kenya. These include farmers, beekeepers, bee products processors, equipment manufacturers, researchers, policy makers, financial institutions, traders, and many other actors across the bee industry value chain. Through this collaboration, we seek to attain greater and sustainable economic growth, not only in the beekeeping industry, but also in the entire agricultural sector, in the advancement of the food security, which is a key pillar of the country's Big Four agenda. The government fully supports all efforts that are being geared towards the promotion of this industry and recognizes the important role played by the private sector. And in this instance, we want to really applaud the work of the platform and also congratulate them for forging ahead and forming the platform in 2016. In improving the livelihoods of the farming communities through the beekeeping activities. Currently, there are a number of companies, non-governmental organizations, and individuals investing in various segments of the bee value chain, such as capacity building, provision of equipment, production, value addition, marketing, and as well as credit facilities. It is important that the industry grows, as the industry grows, measures are taken to ensure conformity to existing standards pertaining to products, goods, and services. Ladies and gentlemen, as we are aware, the agricultural sector is a key pillar of Kenya's economy and the main source of livelihood for most of the rural population. The sector accounts for 65% of Kenya's exports and employs 80% of the workforce. The Kenya Vision 2030 identifies agriculture as one of the key economic sectors expected to drive the economy to a projected 10% growth annually over the next 2 decades. Sustained agricultural growth is therefore critical to uplifting the standards of living Kenyans, uplifting the living standards of Kenyans as well as generating rapid economic growth. Under the Big Four agenda, agriculture is expected to contribute to 100% food and nutrition security, as well as to provide raw materials for manufacturing. This way, therefore, agriculture will play a key role in enhancing economic growth, increase employment opportunities, and reduce poverty levels. Apiculture is an important enterprise within the livestock subsector, particularly in the arid and semi-arid areas of our country, where about 25% of the population live and depend on livestock for their livelihood. Its contribution to the agricultural GDP is estimated at 10 billion Kenya shillings annually. Therefore, there is need to enhance investment in this important industry to boost production, strengthen coordination, so as to reposition it for a faster growth. Success in this subsector will depend to a large extent on the ability of all stakeholders to maintain high quality standards that meets local and international markets. And I think this one also emphasizes more on what the chairman of AFK said about us supplying quality products, quality products or equipment to our the beekeepers. Bees are vital to the health of the environment and are valued globally for the ecosystem services that they provide, such as pollination. The FAO estimates that close to 75% of the world's food producing fruits and seeds for human consumption depend on pollinators for sustained production, yield, and quality. Ladies and gentlemen, studies conducted by various organizations such as the International Union for Conservation of Nature indicate that the population of bees and other pollinators have significantly decreased, making them more and more endangered. This is as a result of numerous factors which are the consequence of human activity, and these include land degradation, widespread use of pesticides, new diseases and pests, and effects of climate change. Ladies and gentlemen, it is therefore absolutely necessary that conservation of bees and other pollinators, which are important part of our natural heritage, is brought to sharp focus within the context of technology, uptake in agriculture, and enhanced productivity. As I draw to a conclusion, I wish to highlight some of the ongoing efforts being made by our ministry, the Ministry of Agriculture, to strengthen and support the apiculture industry in our country. To increase productivity, the State Department for Livestock, in collaboration with stakeholders, has, under the Big Four agenda, has initiated the bee bulking and colony multiplication projects in various sites across the country. This is in response to persistent decline in bee colony populations reflected by reduced hive occupancy rates. So far, 5 regional bee bulking centers have been developed in Marimanti, in Tharaka Nithi, Kimos, in Baringo, Matuga in Kwale County, Makakauda in Migori County, and Naivasha in Nakuru County. In addition, farmers have been supplied with improved beekeeping equipment and accompanying technical support in a number of counties. To enhance market access, the ministry, in collaboration with the relevant stakeholders, is in the process of operationalizing the National Residue Monitoring Plan for honey to enhance traceability and compliance to the export market requirements. I think this one, Dr. David, will be able to help us contribute more to exports in the global market. To provide an enabling environment, we're in the process of developing the national bee industry regulations to be anchored on the National Livestock Bill. The regulations will provide a framework for coordination and guidelines in the bee industry to enhance sustainable growth and boost the country's contribution to people's livelihoods. As I finish, in terms of capacity building, a national competency-based curriculum for various levels has been developed in collaboration with the TVETA, that is the Technical Vocational Education Training Authority, under the Ministry of Education. In addition, plans are underway to upgrade infrastructure at the National Beekeeping Institute, and put all the relevant measures in place for the Institute to start admitting students for formal training at various levels, including those of the certificate and diploma courses. Let me also mention that the Ministry of Agriculture, in collaboration with development partners, has recently launched some programs, notably the Kenya Livestock Commercialization Program, that is KELCOP, and towards ending drought emergency, that is TWENDE, which have prioritized beekeeping for support among other livestock value chain. I will